Till now, we have covered event setup, registrations, and people getting add-ons, and then we can make submissions, have accommodations inside of the event. Now, we're going to touch on a topic which is related to sponsors. So, how we can onboard the sponsors, what facilities are there for the sponsors. So, we're going to set up a sponsor to test all of that. And now you can see as I'm hovering over the sponsor section from the dashboard of the event, I can click on setup to get started with this process. So the first page you land on is the general details. Just like we set up an event, we're going to make a setup for the sponsors. This all builds upon one step each, so they all build upon one another. So first we'll be filling in general details, then sponsor sub levels, then we can fill in exhibitor spaces, and then entitlements, and then we can start filling in the actual sponsors. Now let's start with the sponsorship admin. Let's put in a name here. Let's suppose this is Hubert Hondermark. I hope I'm spelling that properly. And then we have sponsorship payment terms. This could be customized, you can change it to anything else. This is just a template. So now we can also upload some documents just like we set up for the event. We have a prospectus, and we can see the instructions that it should be in PDF format and should be under 5 MB. We can click on and let's upload something, any PDF that I get to see. Let's say I upload a name badge. It's just a sample. So now I have a manual also. Let's upload this file. These are again random files. We can also have a floor plan, which is important once we start allocating exhibitor spaces. So let's upload a floor plan here. Let's choose some image. Now I have a floor plan here downloaded and I can add it here. If I click on it, you can see it. There are some of the details. If I zoom in later, you can see we have some meeting rooms here, and we can have multiple things here and there. And we have a gallery, we have parking garage access, and we have a service area and a loading dock. This is again just a sample. So we'll go back and uh, click on save to save all of these changes. And now my changes are saved. Now I can move to the next step, which is adding sponsor sublevels. Now this contains three types of, or we can just put in a name here. Let's say sponsor sublevel is, what do we say? Let's say advertising, and save it. Now let's add another one. Uh, Save. And now I can go to exhibitor spaces. Now I have the floor plan already in place, and even if I didn't initially, I can still add an exhibitor space and put in the rest of the details. Let's say my exhibitor space name is doc 1, and I choose a description. Doc 1 is the place where you can get your items docked and packed, which is again just a simple illustration of how we can use the exhibitor spaces. It could be anything else. These are just sample texts. So let's enter the space size. Let's say it's 40 cross 40 meter. This is left up to you how you want to interpret it. And then I can mark on the location where this loading dock is. Let's say this is the section of my loading dock. I click on it, hold my mouse, hold my left click and drag it to select the area, and then when I leave it I can extend it to, and I can compress it, I can narrow it down, and let's say this is my space. And let's go further. Enable cost is an interesting thing. If I enable cost, then this place would be charged if I use it in my package. If I give this to a sponsor, this will be chargeable. So let's say I give it a cost of $10 and click on add. Now my space is added, doc1, and this is the description. And if I click on add, you can see my select place is already pre-selected there. And if I want to add another one, let's have a look at this again. Let's add gallery. So let's say I'm giving this gallery space to someone else. I say gallery. Gallery is where you present your art. And let's just capitalize the first one. And then let's say the space size is 100 cross 100 meters. And now you can see the space shown in red means that this space is already selected. You can't select this space or overlap this in any way, but we can click here, choose our gallery, and select this section, leave it, and I can enable cost for this. Let's say I'm charging $500 for this gallery. Click on add, and now my exhibitor space is added. Now going further, uh, we can have entitlements. Let's click on entitlements. uh, Now we have some entitlements that are reusable. We think we need them in every event, so we have made a global list of those entitlements which can be configured from here. If you click on miscellaneous settings, and then you can click on global entitlements, I'll click right on it and open it up in a new tab, and you can see I have global entitlements list. I haven't added anything here, but if I choose to add anything, let's say free 10 registrations, and I'll click on add, and let's say I have another global entitlement which says uh, 5 free dinners, and click on add. Now if I go back to this section, these are loaded from when the page is loaded. So if I click on this again, it won't show me anything, but if I reload this page, uh, I'll have the newer details here. You can see I have 5 free dinners and free 10 registrations, and I can select them all. I can click here and they all will be selected and imported into this event. I'll click on add, and they'll be added here. Now if I add something inside of the event, custom, anything custom that is related to this event, let's say um, we give them maybe LED lights, anything, LED lights, quantity of 10, and let's say LED lights for brighter vision. And let's say this is reusable. Reusable means this entitlement can be availed by multiple people, and if I set it to no, this can be only used once by one sponsor. And let's set it to reusable and enter a quantity of 10. Let's say we have, or let's say a quantity of 20. So it means if I have 10 light bulbs, so if quantity is 20, so one will be taking 10 and the other will be taking 10. So it's up to us. We can just say just LED lights and let the quantity be 20. So we can choose it later. Deadline sensitivity. If I want some entitlements to be fulfilled, um, it's something that the event managers want from the sponsors, they can do that. Let's say deadline sensitivity. I want, if you want this entitlement, I want you to deposit money by what date. Let's say they give the money to me by 14th of December, and let's say deposit money is one aspect. Let's say sponsorship papers, give it to me by 13th, and I can add some notes here. Wait for the deliverables, and I can enable cost for this too. So any entitlement would be taking a cost. Let's say this takes a cost of $10, and now I'll add this. Now I have 3 global entitlement, three entitlements. Two of them are from the global section, and one is from my custom entitlement here. And now, once I have all of these details set up, I can go ahead and start giving out the sponsor package. Now, I'm clicking on this confirmed participation in packages. Clicking on this, it will lead me here. Now, if I add a new sponsor, the list comes from the companies, sponsor companies that we configured here in the miscellaneous settings. You can see I have sponsor companies. I can right click on it, open it up in a new tab, and you can see we have a lot of companies here that we can use, and I'll be using one of them. So going back, I can click on add new sponsor, and if my company does not exist, I can click on add company here and add all of the details, fill in them, and then this will be selected. Let's say this package is going to be purchased by this company. Let's search someone by the random name of A. uh, let's say it's Cryosite Limited. All right, and let's say custom display name, they want to be listed as Cryosite only, and admin only, let's keep it to no. Contact for event, now this list is fetched from the primary and secondary contacts for the event, for primary and secondary contacts from the company itself. So if we go back to the companies and find out Cryosite Limited, and let's go and do that actually. Cryosite Limited, I can open it up, sponsor companies. Let's find out Cryosite. We have this Cryosite Limited, and its primary contact name is Isabel. And let's add someone different than Isabel, and this, in the secondary contacts, let's say someone with the H. Let's say Breenites, and someone with O in their name. Let's say Marie and save. And let's go back. Now if I add a new sponsor here, let's say Cryosite, and custom display name Cryosite, and let's keep it not to admin only. You can see contacts for event is from these three people that we added here. And now we'll be choosing the person who will be responsible to contact for this event. And now we'll be choosing someone who will be responsible for this event and will take care of all of the sponsorship related things to this event. Let's say it's Mary overall, and the sponsorship raised, is it raised by committee, is it raised by event manager, or is it done by both? Let's say it's raised by event manager itself. And then do we want to display this information on the smartphone app? Let's say we want logo, company information, and a link to the company's website on the app. And let's select the sponsor sub level. Uh, let's say it's advertising, they want to advertise, and we can select a sort order. We can add a package. Now this is the main deal. Now I have a package name, let's say gold, and I want to add gold package, which is the, I'm filling in the description for this, includes membership privileges and free food. So this is again sample text, nothing to do with reality. And I can choose a category, which is event sponsor, exhibitor, or advertiser. I remember choosing advertising here, so I'll choose advertiser. And I can set up a charge which could include excludes GST. A charge or a discount, it's up to us. Let's say we're charging $100, which will appear as a charge. But if I'm giving a discount, now why would I be giving a discount? I'll tell you. So if I have an exhibitor space, suppose I took doc 1, which had a cost of $10, and I took a gallery which has a cost of $500. Now if I want to give them a discount, I can say a charge in minus or a discount. If I want to give a discount, I'll say the number in the minus, or if I want to charge them for something, suppose I want to charge them for free registrations, which would be $400. So it will the total will come up to $910. So I want to give them a discount, so I'll say minus $100, which will appear in the ledger as a discount. And now I can add an entitlement as well. Let's say I want to add just LED lights, and I can add another package here, but we won't do that for now. So let's add this here, and now my details are saved. What I want to do is I want to add another person, another sponsor company, which gets this same package. Let's click on new sponsor. How do we do that? Let's choose a purchaser name, choosing a random company here, Peak International Group. Let's select contact, display name, let's say Peak. uh, let's turn this to caps, keep it not to admin only. Sponsorship raised, let's say it's raised by committee. Let's say we don't want to display anything in the app. Let's set the sponsor level to sale and add a package here. Now if I want to select from existing packages, I can check this box and select, because I created gold for someone else, it will be replicated for me here. As soon as I clicked on gold, that my details were pre-filled here, except the exhibitor spaces, because they can be only used once. So I used the exhibitor spaces already on the previous one, and I don't want to give any exhibitor spaces to this sponsor, so I'll leave it at that. But I want to remove any charges, so I'll fill any just zero. I don't want to charge or give them any discount, so that's that. And let's add another package for them here. Let's say the package name is silver, and let's also customize the above one by giving it no exhibitor spaces. And let's go further below, and you can have the silver, choose a category, let's say exhibitor, or let's say even sponsor. We want to charge them $20, and I don't have to choose any exhibitor spaces because none are available. They can be only availed once. I'll give them free 10 registrations, and that's that. I can add this package now, and now I have two sponsors who have a certain detail. Their sponsorships are raised by committee and manager, their entitlement deadlines are set, and their costs are set. Their sponsorship packages are shown here. They have gold, no exhibitor space, and have a silver. This one has a gold only. And that's how we set up the sponsors. Thank you.